Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel techCodio. My name is Bharat Kumar. Recently, we have completed project number 4, which is File Manager in Python. Today, we are going to begin part number 6. Before starting the lecture, I'm requesting you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and give me some support, right? So now, let's begin the lecture. So guys, we are going to begin the part number 6, right? It's a very crucial and important concept to know. Please listen it carefully, right? So first, we are going to see what is paradigm and its types, and then what is OOP, why OOPs is introduced in Python, and then we will see key principles of OOP in Python, what is the use of OOPs in the real world, and finally we will see advantage of OOPs and disadvantages of OOPs, right? Here you can see I have a question, what is paradigm? So before starting with the definition, I want to explain a scenario regarding these paradigms, right? So first I want to take a question. The question is, write an essay about programming language, right? Here our goal is to write an essay about programming language, right? So first I'm going to take a word which is language. For this language I'm going to give 3 principles. Principle number 1 is concept, 2 is pattern, 3 is practice or model. For this language I've given these 3 words. So in the language I'm going to take 3 types: Telugu, Hindi and English. So our goal is to write an essay. So to write an essay I'm going to take English. Here you can see it is my language English and it is the essay. So the way to write an essay, we need some concepts, patterns and practices or models. I hope you got the point, right? Now let's see the definition. A paradigm refers to a distinct set of concepts, patterns, practices or models within a particular field. Up to here we are cleared. And then here you can see guiding the way something is understood, approached or accomplished. So in the earlier example, we accomplished an essay, it is our goal, right? You can see here in the context of computer science and programming, a paradigm represents a fundamental style way of thinking about and structuring the code. In the language, we are writing some sentences. So in the education field, we are writing some sentences to write an essay. So in the computer science field, we are writing some code to build some software or to build some websites like that. So now I want to integrate our example into the paradigm. So consider the language as paradigm. And the way to achieve the goal is same. We need concepts, patterns or practices and models. So in the language we have types: English, Hindi or Telugu. In the paradigm also we have types. Let's see. First one is imperative programming paradigm. Second one is declarative programming paradigm. Third one is object oriented programming paradigm. And the fourth one is functional programming paradigm. And the fifth one is procedural programming paradigm. And the sixth one is logic programming paradigm. These all are the types of paradigms, but the Python supports only object oriented programming paradigm. In this video, after this videos also, in the part 6 we are going to learn about object oriented programming paradigm, because the Python supports only object oriented programming paradigm. Here is the most important question, what is OOP, right? It stands for object oriented programming language. It is known as OOP. It is a type of programming paradigm that revolves around the concept of objects which can contain data, attributes and code. In the code we can have methods or functions, right? Attributes in Python refers to the characteristics, properties associated with an object. So for the OOP also I want to give a scenario where we can actually need OOPs. So actually my goal is to build a banking system. In order to achieve this banking system, in the paradigm we have some types. In that type I'm going to select object oriented programming paradigm. With this only we can develop the banking system. So the way to achieve our goal, we need some concepts. In that concept we have attributes, data attributes and some methods and some functions. So generally the attribute, which is refers to the characteristics or properties of an object. So for this banking system I'm going to make some objects. So in the banking system we need to make some objects. So first we need to create one object which is depositing money in the banking, and the second one is withdrawal money, and the third one is history of the transaction, and the fourth one is balance check. So for these objects we need to create some attributes. Attributes means some data types. So for this object we need to add some methods or some functionality to do the process, right? And here we have the second question, why OOPs is introduced in Python? Object oriented programming was introduced in Python to provide developers with a powerful and organized way to write code. Python implemented OOPs principle to enhance code reusability, modularity and maintainability. Right. So I'm going to explain these 3 words in the end of the lecture. key principles of OOPS in Python. We have classes, objects, abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. These are the 6 key principles which are very important in this Python programming language, because in the interview they are going to ask all these 6 principles, right? Now let's see what is the use of OOPS in the real world applications. It is used in the software development. With the OOPS we can develop different softwares. For example, banking system. It is a kind of software application. Graphical user interface, GUI development. GUI means the desktop applications which we are using in the laptops or computers. And the third one is game development. And the fourth one, with the OOP we can develop a beautiful website. And also we can use this in the database management, simulation and modeling. With the OOP we can develop embedded systems and IoT applications, financial and business applications also. And finally AI and machine learning also we are going to use OOPS. In order to build algorithms we are going to use OOPS concept. With the OOPS we can develop all these applications, right? Now let's see advantages of OOPS in detail. First one, modularity. Classes and objects facilitate code organization, making it easier to maintain, understand and reuse the code. With the OOPS it is easier to maintain the OOPS code and understand the code. Second one is code reusability. In the inheritance, it allows the creation of new classes with shared attributes and methods from existing ones and reducing the redundancy. So for this code reusability, I want to give example. I want you to write 5 sentences. In that sentence, include 5 words and the word is hello. If you write the word for 5 times in the sentence, it is going to create the redundancy problem. In order to solve this problem, I'm going to make an object which can print hello. When I call the object, it is going to print hello. So once I write object for the hello, I can call it as many times as I want to call the object. So with one object, I can generate hello for 5 times. This is going to reduce the redundancy problem. You can see in the definition, inheritance allows the creation of new classes with shared attributes and methods from existing ones. So for this object, I have some methods or some attributes. With these attributes and methods, I'm going to print the hello for 5 times with only one object. It is the code reusability. We are going to use the code again and again, right? And the third one is encapsulation and security. So for this encapsulation and security, I'm going to give one scenario. Suppose if you have Instagram, for every account we have a password. The password only you can see and you can implement to log in into your Instagram. But if your password is open source, anyone can log in into your Instagram account. So it is a concept of encapsulation, hiding something, showing necessary information, hiding important information, right? In this case, what is Instagram doing means it is showing your ID to everyone, but it is hiding your password. It is an encapsulation and security. So now I want to explain this security term separately. For suppose if someone log in into your Instagram, you are going to get some pop-ups. You're going to get some alert in the mail that is someone is trying to log in into your Instagram. So we are not allowing that person to log in into your Instagram. If it's that you, please press the allow button. Otherwise deny it. It is a security. Now let's see definition. Access to certain attributes and methods can be restricted. Here we are restricting our password and enhancing security and preventing unintended modification. And the fourth one is flexibility and scalability. That means OOPS promotes a flexible and scalable design, allowing the addition of new features without affecting the existing code. For suppose if you wrote a code about 50 lines, but you want to change the 40th line without affecting the code. So you can do it in this OOPS, right? It is one advantage. We saw the advantages of OOPS. Now let's see some disadvantages of OOPS. The first one is complexity. When you start the code writing again and again and again, for 1000 lines of code, it is going to create some complexity. And the second one is overhead. When you write a code for 1000 lines, it is difficult to understand the code, right? It is also one problem. And the third one is memory consumption. When you start increasing the lines of code, it is going to create some memory consumption. That means it is going to increase the size of the coding file. And the fourth one is code readability. Suppose if you write a code for 2000 lines, it is very difficult to read the code, that what is happening in the code. And the fifth one is not always the best approach. For some particular problem, it is not the best approach. So that we can go for the logic programming paradigm, or else we can go for the imperative programming paradigm. So guys, we have done with the explanation of theory concept in the part 6. So in the next video, I'm going to introduce the coding concept in the OOPS. So guys, I'm requesting you to please like the video and also leave some comments about my way of explanation. So guys, I'm waiting for the comments. Please do the comments, right? See you in the next video. Bye for now.